If her story had been forgotten completely, if her name had vanished into myth without a trace, the western edge of the world might never have been called California at all, because long before explorers claimed lands, long before maps were drawn, long before flags were planted, there existed the legend of a queen so powerful, so feared, and so extraordinary that even empires whispered her name. Her name was Queen Calafia, the black Amazon ruler whose myth shaped the imagination of Spain and gave a name to the land at the edge of the known world. This is not just a legend, it is a warning, disguised as a story. The tale of Calafia emerged in the early 1500s, at a time when Europe believed the world was still unfinished. Beyond the oceans lay monsters, gold, lost kingdoms, and powerful rulers waiting to be discovered or conquered. Among those stories was one that terrified even hardened warriors. It spoke of an island near the edge of the world, an island ruled entirely by women, an island rich with gold, and protected by warrior queens who rode into battle like fire itself. At the center of it all stood Calafia. She was described as tall, dark-skinned, commanding, and unstoppably queen who ruled with absolute authority over an army of Amazon warriors. These women were not wives. They were not servants. They were soldiers, and they did not fear men, they defeated them. According to the legend, Calafia ruled from a golden island where iron was forbidden and gold was so common it was used for weapons and armor. Her warriors rode griffins, half lion, half eagle, symbols of dominance over land and sky. No man lived on the island permanently. Men were only encountered for reproduction and only the strongest were spared. This was not a kingdom shaped by compromise. It was a kingdom shaped by control, and Calafia was its absolute ruler. To Europeans, this legend was intoxicating. Gold, power, a female-ruled empire, a land untouched by Christianity or kings. Spanish explorers didn't dismiss Calafia's story, they chased it, because Spain believed myths often hid truths, often hid treasure. When Spanish ships reached the western shores of the Americas, they believed they had finally found Calafia's land. They called it California, not by accident, not by coincidence, but because they expected to find her there. Early Spanish maps showed California as an island separated from the mainland, mysterious, powerful, unreachable. Exactly like Calafia's kingdom, explorers wrote letters describing dark-skinned warrior women rumored to live inland. Soldiers whispered of tribes led by fierce female leaders. The myth fed the fear and the fear fed the conquest. Calafia became the symbol of the unknown West, a queen standing between Europe and domination. But here's what history often refuses to admit. Legends are not created without reason. Calafia did not appear from nothing. Her story echoes older truths of African warrior queens, of Amazons recorded by Greeks, of powerful women erased by history and preserved only in myth. She represented everything Europe feared: a black queen, an independent ruler, a woman who did not need men to rule, a land that could not be controlled. So instead of honoring her, they turned her into fantasy. Because myths are easier to dismiss than queens. But Calafia's influence was real. Her story shaped Spanish ambition. Her name reshaped geography. Her power defined the imagination of explorers. Even today, California carries her name, a silent echo of a queen most people never learn about. Gold rush, Hollywood, power, rebellion, independence. All traits tied unknowingly to Calafia's legacy. Think about it. A land known for independence, named after a queen who bowed to no one. A place defined by ambition, named after a ruler who commanded gold itself. A state shaped by resistance and reinvention, named after a woman who ruled outside the rules. This is not coincidence. This is legacy. And yet, Calafia herself never received monuments. No statues, no textbooks, no royal tomb. Her story was used, but she was erased. Turned into fantasy, labeled myth. Stripped of power, because history often does that to powerful women, especially black women. But legends survive for a reason. Calafia represents something eternal: the fear of female power, the danger of independence, the threat of a woman who controls wealth, land, and warriors. She is the queen Europe never conquered because she existed where conquest could not reach. In imagination, in fear, in myth. And myth shapes reality more than swords ever could. So the next time someone says California, they are unknowingly speaking the name of a queen, a black Amazon ruler, a warrior monarch, a legend powerful enough to shape exploration itself. Queen Calafia did not need to exist physically to rule history. Her story alone was enough. If you enjoyed this story, make sure to like this video, subscribe to the channel, and comment your favorite topic you want me to cover next. Your support helps bring these forgotten queens back to life.